In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 college basketball games happening on November 7th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. VCU versus Utah State. Utah State began its season with a strong and composed performance that left little doubt about its preparation. The Aggies connected on 19 three-pointers and tallied 32 assists, showing balance and rhythm throughout the game. Every possession seemed organized, and their ball movement reflected a team comfortable within its structure. They looked sharp on offense, patient in transition, and alert on defense. Their spacing was consistent, their timing clean, and their decision-making steady, all signs of a group that trusts its system and has spent time refining the details. The level of execution early in the year suggests that conditioning and communication are already in sync, setting a dependable tone for the weeks ahead. VCU also opened its season with an encouraging start, scoring 103 points in its debut under first-year head coach Phil Martelli Jr. That output points to offensive potential and confidence, especially considering the adjustments that come with a new system and staff. The Rams looked active, used their athleticism well, and found scoring opportunities in multiple ways. Still, this matchup will demand more sustained consistency, along with deeper rotation strength to handle Utah State's structured approach. Transitioning under new leadership can take time, and while the signs are promising, this test arrives early in the process. Utah State returns a veteran foundation with Mason Falslev, M.J. Collins Jr., Drake Allen, and Colby King. These players know their roles, understand the system's flow, and have experience executing under pressure. Their familiarity with the team's style gives them a clear advantage in reading situations and making smart in-game adjustments. Each player contributes something distinct, but together they provide stability and cohesion that rarely wavers. VCU's roster also includes reliable talent in Lazar Djokovic, Terrence Hill Jr., and Brandon Jennings. Their skill and energy bring value, though the team's evolving structure under Martelli Jr. means there may still be moments where timing or chemistry needs refinement. Adjusting to a new rhythm often comes through repetition, and this game will provide an early benchmark for how far along that process is. The neutral site environment in Frisco, Texas removes the noise and emotion of a home crowd, forcing both teams to rely purely on execution and discipline. In such conditions, unity and consistency often separate the sides. As our first pick for this matchup, the Utah State Aggies to cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both programs step into this matchup with identical records of 1-0-0, setting up a balanced test at a point in the season when rhythm is still forming. VCU already faced a Division I opponent, which helps them establish pace and timing against comparable competition. They gave up 74 points in that game, yet they remained in control from the opening tip to the final horn, showing that their offensive system can maintain tempo even when tested. Utah State also produced impressive numbers in its opener, though their opponent offered less resistance, leaving some uncertainty about how well those results will carry over against stronger competition. These two teams share several traits, from their ability to move the ball efficiently to their focus on defensive structure. The matchup should feature stretches of measured offense and firm defensive adjustments, with both sides looking to find early rhythm without taking unnecessary risks. As the game unfolds, effort on the defensive end could set the tone, especially from VCU, whose pressure may disrupt flow and limit easy shots. That control and balance point toward a game shaped by defensive focus, which leads to as our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total, is our full game total pick. Yale versus Navy. The first team enters the game with a solid, experienced core and a clear plan. Their floor leadership comes from a senior guard who averaged 15.4 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 3.6 assists last season. He understands how to run the offense and how to finish in the paint. Alongside him are 2 more seniors and a reliable rim protector. They have continuity, good habits, and size. The opponent also has experience, returning all 5 starters, and opens at home under a new head coach. They showed promise in in their opener, especially around the rim, scoring 40 of 76 points in the paint and cleaning up second-chance opportunities. But they did not show that they can stretch the floor or win the half-court battle away from home. Given the visitors' edge in interior defense, half-court execution, and veteran poise on the road, I expect them to control the key moments. As our first pick for this matchup, the Yale Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The home team's opener came in at 131 points and leaned heavily on paint scoring and second chances. The visiting team replaces two major backcourt shooters who left after last season, and their shooting depth takes a step back as a result. Given that it's an early season game, both teams will lock into their sets, cut down mistakes, and run fewer transition chances. The home court atmosphere at the Service Academy venue tends to favor disciplined play and set offense rather than high-paced turnovers. The published number sits in the high 140s. Given the likely pace, shooting depth issues, and strong interior focus from both sides, I lean toward fewer combined points than that number. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Arizona versus Utah Tech. Arizona's home opener looks like a mismatch in both size and skill. The Wildcats are coming off a statement win over number 3 Florida, where Koa Pete scored 30 points and Jaden Bradley added 27. That game showed how physical Arizona can be when it leans on its length and depth. They shot only 5 threes but earned 38 free throws, proof that their attack lives inside the paint. Motiejas Krivas gives them a strong post presence at 7'2", while Ivan Karchenkov adds spacing from the wing. This group, with Bradley, Burries, Karchenkov, Pete, and Krivas starting, is intact and healthy. There are no reported injuries on either side, and Arizona has a clear talent gap in almost every position. Utah Tech enters 2-0, but one win came in overtime at South Dakota and the other against non-Division I Bethesda. Last season, the Trailblazers went winless on the road, and they face one of the hardest environments in college basketball at McHale Memorial Center. The current line for Arizona reflects how steep the climb will be for Utah Tech. The Wildcats play fast, share the ball, and overwhelm smaller teams with pressure and transition. When they're at home, that style snowballs. As our first pick for this matchup, the Arizona Wildcats to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The total is high even for a team that likes to run. Arizona's meeting with Florida reached 180 points, but that game had a different rhythm. It was close throughout, full of fouls, and featured 31 made free throws from Arizona alone. That's not a pace likely to repeat in a one-sided matchup. Utah Tech's offense looks better on paper than in context. Their average of 95.5 points per game includes the blowout win over Bethesda, which heavily skews the numbers. In their Division I game at South Dakota, they needed overtime to reach 88. Arizona's offense is efficient, but it's built around drives, post-ups, and inside-out play, not a barrage of threes. That kind of approach shortens possessions and limits scoring runs once the margin grows. When Arizona's bench takes over late, the tempo usually slows, and the focus shifts to managing minutes rather than running up the total. With both teams healthy but unevenly matched, the conditions point toward a solid defensive showing and a score that stays below the number. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Pepperdine versus UCLA. UCLA enters this game with confidence after handling Eastern Washington. The Bruins looked composed from the start. Donovan Dent ran the offense with poise, slicing through defenders and finding open shooters. Tyler Bilodeau and Xavier Booker controlled the paint and finished strong near the rim. Their spacing and ball movement kept the floor balanced, and every rotation felt intentional. Even without Eric Daly Jr., who's still nursing a knee injury, UCLA's depth showed. The bench contributed on both ends, and Mick Cronin's defensive discipline was clear. Pepperdine, meanwhile, brings energy but lacks cohesion. The Waves allowed Life Pacific, a National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics opponent, to score 80 points. That exposed problems in transition and closeouts. This is a young group learning to play together, and now they walk into Pauley Pavilion to face a roster built to pressure, rebound, and punish mistakes. The gap in physicality and defensive awareness should widen as the game goes on. UCLA's length will force turnovers, and their half-court sets should find easy points inside. The group has shown signs of organization and intent, suggesting they can compete with stronger programs programs when they play within their system. Their ball movement and perimeter play can create space, and their pace often forces opponents to adjust. This matchup could test how long they can sustain that focus under pressure. The Bruins have more experienced rotation players and stronger bench production. Their interior defense can limit second chances, and their transition game can shift momentum quickly. Pepperdine's main challenge will be maintaining composure once UCLA's tempo rises. The spread number is big, but the matchup makes sense. As our first pick for this matchup, the UCLA Bruins to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The total sits near a tricky range. UCLA played a controlled pace in their opener, about 72 possessions, and still landed right around that number. Their scoring came through execution, not speed. Pepperdine's defense gave up too many open looks to a much smaller, slower team, and now faces a lineup that thrives on movement and size mismatches. The Bruins will dictate tempo early, but once they build a lead, Cronin tends to slow things down. His teams value defense and shot quality more than pace or flash. Pepperdine will try to run, but UCLA's rebounding will limit second chances. Expect the Waves to struggle creating clean looks late in the shot clock. Once UCLA's bench rotates in, the game should tighten further. The offense will stay efficient, but possessions will stretch and points will come slower. That kind of flow usually favors a quieter scoreboard. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them. So leave a comment down below and do let us know.